So with our band set up high, and this whole workout, what you'll need for it is bands and maybe some dumbbells. That's about it. So our first exercise, one arm lat pull from the high setting. So lats are right here. So that's what you want to focus on working for the most part. So you will be, of course, using your arm as well, but the big mover should be that lat. So you'll be coming into a little bit of a squat here. Lat engages, drive the elbow down, and then reach back up high. Drive the elbow down, and then reach back up high. So go ahead and start if you haven't already. So really focus on that shoulder blade squeezing across your back every single rep. And if it doesn't feel like enough resistance, of course, you could double pulse. And always, you could add things like a squat if you wanted. You could squat and then pull, squat and then pull. You could double pulse squat and double pulse row. Let's switch sides. Side number 2, go right to it. Maybe you continue to squat, maybe you don't. Focus on that shoulder blade squeezing across your back. Really important. Keep the shoulder pulled back. So even when you're reaching forward, you're not letting that shoulder roll forward. Five seconds left. And we rest. All right, so our next exercise is going to be a pullover. So same band from high to low, so you're coming down past your body. You can do full range of motion on these, or you can do a stationary version, or you're welcome to mix it up. I'll let you know when you're halfway, so if you want to mix it up, you can. So here we go, up and down. So again, either all the way up and down or a stationary version of these. And again, I'll let you know when you're halfway if you want to mix it up. If you need less, you could alternate your arms. If you needed more, you could double pulse. Keep a nice long spine. That's important. You're not going to let your body round over. Chest stays lifted. Bend your knees at the bottom of that movement. We're halfway. If you wanted to change it up, do a more controlled version, you can. Five seconds. And rest. So you're going to turn away from your anchor for this next one. It's triceps over the head. So your elbows will be close and then maybe a little hinge forward, pressing straight out. Try not to hit yourself in your bun on your head or hit your actual head when you do these. So head dunks down just a little bit so that you don't get your hair tangled up in your band. Elbows are in tight, don't let them wing out. Press it out. Of course, double pulse if you need more, alternate if you need a little less. I've got a stagger stance on my feet. That means one foot is in front of the other. Five seconds. Rest. All right, something cardio, anything. Heart rate going up, skater hops, burpees, jump squats. I'm gonna hit the bag, punch the bag a little bit right here, and you can, if you have a bag at home, you could do the same thing. But go ahead and join me. So whatever you're doing is great. Heart rate going up. You could do some air punches also. You don't need a bag. Mix it up. Anything like getting that heart rate up. Five seconds. Rest. Okay, so you're either doing a narrow push-up or a dip. So the idea is to work your triceps. So narrow push-up, elbows are close to the body, hands are externally rotated, dip, elbows are back. So if I'm doing a narrow push-up, I might be on my toes, or I might be on my knees. And if I'm doing a dip, if I had a bench, I could do them on the bench. But otherwise, I'm right here. Make sure I'm pretty close to wrist right over shoulder, so I don't want to be way out here. We'll go ahead and start. A little more, my legs would be extended. And I'll let you know when you're halfway. Maybe you want to switch it. So maybe you go from the dips and then choose to switch it to a push-up. All right, we are halfway. So if you want to mix it up, you are welcome to. Focus on those triceps. Whatever you do, triceps are the focus. Core tight. Rest. All right, so you're gonna lay all the way down on your belly for some back extensions. Arms can be alongside your body. Arms could be like a cactus, or they can be out in front of you. That's the hardest. Easiest, middle, hardest, okay? Pull the pit of the belly in. Chin stays tucked. You're actually looking down at the ground. Lift from the back of the head. We go up and down. Maybe you play with the arm position. See how it goes. If it starts to be spasmy at all in your back or pinchy, you probably need to bring it down to something less. And if you need support, you can put your hands right next to your rib cage and actually give yourself a little bit of an assist. Still doing most of it with your back, but assisting a little with the arms. 5 seconds. And we rest. Moving on to some back lunges. We're doing alternating back lunges. So if you have weights, go ahead and grab some weights. So when we're doing these back lunges, stepping back, both knees bend, step together, stepping back, and then stepping together. Let's begin. So do make sure that you're stepping far enough back that you're not jammed up in here. You want to have a nice long stride as you step back, head up, chest up. Maybe you double pulse. Five seconds. Rest. So our last one is a push press. You'll start with your weights at the shoulders. It can be a full squat or it could be just a little mini squat, punching the arms up. If it's too much to do both at the same time, you can alternate. If it feels better in your shoulders to go palms facing your head, go for it. If it feels better to go palms facing forward, that's great too. Do what feels best in your shoulders. Let's go. Punch it up. Use the power of your legs to help punch the weights up. Again, if you start to fatigue, you just alternate your arms. Rest. Awesome job. All right, so we're gonna go through all those again. Let's go back to our first one, which was that lat pull. So remember, really focusing on squeezing that shoulder blade down and back. Let's go ahead and begin. Option again to double pulse. Option to add a squat. Switch sides. Go right to side number 2. Lift the chest. Squeeze the lats. Keep the chest super lifted and the shoulder pulled back. Weight in your heels if you're doing that squat. Stick your butt out. Five seconds. And we rest. Back to our pullovers. That's the one where you go all the way up and down, or just that stationary version. I'll let you know when you're halfway if you want to mix it up and do a little bit of both. Begin. Long in your spine, no rounding. Chest lifted, shoulders back. Halfway, if you want to switch it up at all, maybe you do an isometric hold of the body and just move the arms. Maybe you alternate. Maybe you double pulse. Rest. And we turn away from our anchor now for our triceps overhead. Keep the elbows in. Focus on the back of your arms. Go right to it. Hinge just slightly forward. Control that movement. Try not to let your arms slingshot back. It's easy to let that happen with these rubber bands. Maybe you alternate arms. Maybe you double pulse. 5 seconds. Rest. Okay. Anything cardio, skater hops, burpees, shuffling, you name it. I'm gonna mix it up for you. Let's go and do a little shuffle. I'm gonna do some skater hops. I'm gonna do some jumping jacks. Keeping my knees soft. Five seconds. Rest. All right, triceps again for these narrow push-ups or dips. I'll let you know when you're halfway if you want to do a variety. And of course, these can be done on an elevated surface as well if they're too hard for you to do on the floor. Okay, let's go. Focus on the triceps. We're halfway if you want to switch it up. I'm going to switch to the dips. Five seconds. Rest. All right, so you're on your belly again. Back extensions. Let's go ahead and do some alternating sides this time. So when you lift up, you'll rotate shoulder back, come back down to the middle, rotate a little to the left, come back to the middle. Hands can be here, they can be here, they can even be by your sides. Just alternating sides so you get a little more focus on the side of your back. Hands can be in that cactus or behind the head. It can even be forward. Pull the tummy in. And again, maybe I need more support. I can put my hands on the ground and give myself a little bit of an assist. Don't do it all with your hands, but a little assist with my hands for some support. It's not a big rotation. You do not have to crank your neck at all. 5 seconds. Pull the tummy in. Rest. All right, we are back to back lunges. Of course, you could double pulse these back lunges or add anything you'd like a bicep curl or something else. All right, alternating legs. Again, maybe you double pulse. Maybe you add a bicep curl. Five more seconds. Rest. So we have that push press again. Remember, it can be a deep squat or it can just be a little mini squat, just enough to push those weights up. I like palms facing my head. That's what works for me, but you listen to your body. Figure out if palms forward is better or palms facing in. Let's go. Core tight, stick your butt out. Even if it's just a little mini squat, you still stick your butt out as you come down. Maybe you alternate. Five seconds. And we rest. Fantastic. Grab a quick sip of water. And then we'll do those again. That pulls. So if you were doing the squat before, but you wanted to make it a little bit more challenging, you could take a stagger stance squat. So our squat was here, and then we pulled in from that high setting. You could take a stagger stance, so it's basically like a single-legged squat. My tippy toe foot would be the same hand as the pulling arm. So it would look like this. So my left leg is doing the work mostly when I'm pulling with my right arm. And then of course the opposite when we switch. Give it a try. If it doesn't work for you, you don't have to do it. So again, if I'm pulling with my right arm, it's my right tippy toe on the ground. And I go down and pull. So there's more balance required for this, of course, because I'm essentially doing it with one leg. Of course, my leg gets to work harder. And of course, I could just do this without the squat to give myself some balance challenge, tippy toe on the ground or not. I could just stand on one foot, or I could add again in that stagger stance. Or I could go back to any variation I was already doing, maybe even double pulsing both portions of this, the squat and the pull. 5 seconds. Switch sides, right to side number 2. I'm holding with my left hand, it's my left tippy toe on the ground. And again, maybe I'm just doing a balance and a pull. Or maybe I'm squatting. Or maybe I'm double pulse squatting and double pulse rowing. So many options. Five seconds. Rest. And we are back to those pullovers. Option to go all the way up and down, option to hold it still or mix it up. Let's begin. And remember, you could double pulse these at the bottom if you wanted a little more, but be careful you don't start rolling the shoulders forward to do it. And if it was challenging enough before, there's no reason to add. Or halfway if you wanted to switch it by doing a more stationary version of this where the arms just move. But you don't have to change anything. Listen to your body. Start to fatigue, alternate. Need more, you double pulse. Rest. And we turn around for our overhead triceps. Once again, elbows in tight. Just a little dunk of the head so you don't catch your hair or your head. Press straight out, elbows in. Maybe you double pulse these. Or maybe you alternate if you need a little less. Five seconds. Rest. So if you had something where you can put a band around you and give yourself some resistance here, you could jump in there for your cardio this time. You can also use your other band and just hold it close to give you some resistance as well. I'll show you that one as well if you want to see that one. Go ahead and start. We have 45 seconds. Maybe I do skater hops. Maybe I do jump squats. If I was using my other band, it might look like this. I'm just leaning a little forward and I'm holding onto that band. Again, I could do jump squats, I could do skater hops, I could run in place. Of course, I don't need any added resistance. If it's not what I need today, I don't do it. And none of it has to be hopping. I just need to move my arms and my legs to get that heart rate up. 5 seconds. Maybe I do a modified jumping jack. And rest. One more set, narrow push-up or dip or combo. Let's do it. Triceps. Come to the knees or elevate your hands if you need a little less. Halfway if you want to switch. Five seconds. Rest. All right, we're back to back extensions. So we're gonna mix it up. You can either, well, you can mix it up if you choose. You can either do just straight up and down. You can do the alternating sides, or you can mix it up. I'll let you know when you're halfway if you want to do some of each. So I'm gonna start with straight up and down. And then at the halfway point, I'm gonna alternate sides. And you're welcome to join me doing the same. Begin. Tummy tight. Keep the neck long, so don't dunk it down and don't crank it up. Tummy in. That's halfway. You're welcome to switch it up if you want to do some alternating sides. If that feels okay in your back, then you can do that. And it's not a big rotation, just like a contraction of the lower one side and then the lower part of the other side. 5 seconds. Rest. All righty, let's come up for one more set of alternating back lunges. Last set. So you're gonna give it all you got. Alternating sides, maybe double pulsing, maybe adding a bicep curl. Let's go. Drive through the front heel to pull you up. Five seconds. Rest. And our last one, push press. Weight at the shoulders, booty back, and then press it up, punch it up. Go. Core tight. Remember, you can alternate if you need a little less. Double pulse that bottom part if you need a little more. Double pulse the little squat. Five seconds. And rest. All right. You made it through. Quick and dirty, 30 minutes. Awesome job. Please stretch shoulders. Please stretch glutes. Anything else you feel like tightened up on you? Ice if anything irritated you. Have a good day, you guys. Bye.